What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And, you know, there's a lot of countries out there in the world, a little over 200, that are just vibing. They're doing their thing. They're always like, yo, what's up? We're countries. And most of them aren't any different than the United States. I shouldn't say most of them. Most of the ones that are watching this YouTube video aren't that different from the United States. There's obviously some major differences, but like if you got internet and an iPhone, you're probably doing pretty solid. But there is one country, ladies and gentlemen, that has us all beat in terms of quality of life, and it is New Zealand, because not only do they have iPhones, but apparently they have literal wizards that are guarding their towns. They're using magic.
Hey, I've been thinking about you, all the things that we could do.
So you know how it is. It's the time of the day where I get my new weird article from the news and tell you guys about it. And today we've got this one popping. It's a little bit older at this point, but the headline is a goodie. This New Zealand man gets paid $10,000 a year to be the city's official wizard. You know, we're out here paying taxes in America to get roads with potholes, but in New Zealand, they're like, oi, mate, we got too much tax money. Might as well just go ahead and get a wizard, you know? Make them start casting spells to keep our towns safe. That's why New Zealand's so good. The Hobbit lived here, so Gandalf apparently left some magic behind. On a sunny autumn afternoon, two wizards in long black robes and pointed hats sat down for coffee in one of New Zealand's biggest cities. It wasn't Halloween, and they weren't on their way to a costume party. And while they attracted attention from passers-by, there was no finger-pointing or all-out stares. That's because in Christchurch, seeing a wizard isn't completely out of the ordinary. Honestly, people in New Zealand are just living in a cartoon world. Like, tell me this isn't a cartoon. People just walking down the street, wizards drinking coffee, and nobody's reacting. It's like a new Disney animated series. It's gonna happen, I'm telling you. They're always watching, stealing my ideas. For decades, the city has had an official wizard. Born in the United Kingdom, Ian Brackenbury Channel settled in New Zealand in the 1970s, where he became known as the Wizard. As if to reinforce how serious he was, he even held a New Zealand driver's license issued to the Wizard, although he says he hasn't officially changed his name. Dude, the 70s was such a weird time. People would just wash up on the beach in your town and be like, I'm a wizard! And then people would be like, we should pay this guy to be a wizard. Like the 70s, everyone had to be on something. They were always slipping tabs into coffee for sure. Only in the 70s can a guy just pull up to a major city in a first world country and just be like, yo, I'm a wizard, and then legitimately get a government job and everything. Over the years, he became a fixture in the city. On the paved square in front of Christchurch Cathedral, he pontificated on life theories, wore wizard robes, and became such a well-known figure that he earned himself a TripAdvisor rating of 4 out of 5 stars. Since 1998, he's been paid $10,400 annually by the Christchurch City Council for wizardry. This man is really just spewing his wizard philosophy, and the city is paying him. I don't know why this makes me so happy, but I feel like it's super wholesome. Also, knowing that he has a TripAdvisor, I'm gonna have to look it up and find the 1-star reviews just to see like what could people possibly not like about this guy. Dude is literally employed as a full-time wizard, and people are gonna be like, 1 star, not enough magic. This one just cracks me up because people take this super seriously. So I thought the reviews were gonna be like joking, but people, no joke, are like getting offended by the man in a wizard costume standing in the middle of this like square being like, I eat peanut butter. The wizard used to be a tour de force in Christchurch. Then he had some controversial years and seemed to be out of the step with the community and sensibly retired. The recent earthquakes have seen him return to the fray, but without, I think, a real sense of what the real people want. His championship of things like saving the small cathedral is not what people want for their future. Seems just a new soapbox to speak from, but mostly no one's listening. Dog, it's an 87-year-old man who calls himself the Wizard talking to himself in a square. It doesn't represent what the people of Christchurch want. Well then, don't listen to the old man talk. Like, why are you so pressed about this old man just vibing, doing his thing, being a wizard in the middle of New Zealand? The way he represents our future. Nobody should be taking the old man called the Wizard that seriously. Listen, you only got 100 good years of your life, so if you want to be a crazy old man in the square screaming, don't go on TripAdvisor and listen to dudes being like, you don't represent our future. I get comments like that on YouTube sometimes, like, man, you just don't represent the values you used to. I talk crap over Call of Duty gameplay. What values are you talking about? Anyways, that's the only review that's not 5 stars, so I guess that's why he's got a 4-star review, and we'll get back to the article. Now age 87, the wizard spends less time in the public eye. He wants to find a successor and appears to have gotten one in 39-year-old Ari Freeman, who teaches guitar and fronts a psychedelic funk band. As he and Freeman sit at the table outside a sunny inner-city cafe, a middle-aged cyclist calls out to them, "No casting spells, fella." "Can't promise anything," Freeman quips. Dude, he's passing down his wizard skills to a man who plays psychedelic rock guitar. This city actually might be magic, guys. Like, I'm not saying Hogwarts is real, but we might have been looking in the wrong places all along. 9 3/4 might actually be in New Zealand. J.K. Rowling is just going crazy and forgot where it actually is. Anyways, later on in the article, it goes on to say, like, how this new wizard guy became the apprentice, and I'm not even kidding. It sounds like something straight up out of, like, an anime. Like, it sounds like how in the Pokemon games, how you get your first Pokemon, you know? They're just like, "Oh, here you go, 10-year-old, take this animal and journey into the wilderness, go for it." Freeman has been the wizard's apprentice for 6 years, but has seen himself as a wizard for far longer. "I think it came together in my mid-20s. It's one of those things you don't have a name for, and when you look back, you realize you've been doing it for a long, long time." In 2014, Freeman decided to take the next step. He walked up to the wizard, already sporting a long beard, and said, "Hi, I'm Ari and I'm a young wizard." And, you know, he recalls the wizard saying, "Okay, let's get started." And they've been apprentices ever since. Dude, in this town in New Zealand, you just grow a long beard and get a robe and carry a staff around. You can literally just, like, walk up to people like, "Teach me to be a wizard." Boom, there you go. And you're now an honorary wizard in the city of Christchurch, New Zealand. And obviously, they don't know music, but places like that gotta just be fun to hang out. Like, you know, on a Friday night when the wizard, not the lizard, maybe that's what he is when he gets lit, like he gets a little hydrated, you know that's gotta be some entertaining content. Being a wizard's apprentice, as you might imagine, isn't an especially formal agreement. The pair meet up and argue a lot, although Freeman is rarely able to change the wizard's opinion. So basically, they have this square in Christchurch, and these dudes just sit and argue about, like, pagan witchcraft and, like, all the wizardling stuff you could do, and they just have arguments with people, I guess, about it, and just try to bait people into fighting with them in the square. And honestly, that sounds like a Call of Duty game chat in real life. Like, the wizard has just been baiting and trolling people on Twitter in real life since the 70s in New Zealand. But yeah, New Zealand quite literally has a wizard. I just thought this story was cool, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm liking this tradition of the fun news story. I like doing it. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, all that good stuff. It really just helps the video do better, helps you get more views, and I'd appreciate it. If you really want to support the channel, then get yourself some of the OG Sub Club merch. Use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. Follow me on Twitter at Scrubae_69, Instagram at Scrubae. And if you really, really want to be an absolute G, you could listen to the intro song that's in the description. But if you want to go above and beyond all that, alright, if you want your peen energy to be plus 9 million, Unreal Decoy, Y'all Like Raw Toast, Nick, Tyler L, Johnny Dude, Ty Hammonds Jr., Cosmic Ramen, Candy Rose, Fabulously Terrifying, Zora W, Michael Savage, Antog, Chandler Lewis, Official Deathwish, Ryuki, It's Snowing Sideways, Sam Trowbridge, Brandon Grove, Sparky, Why So Blurry, and Gyro Z Master. Thank you all so much for being members. And yeah, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm gonna go be a wizard now. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.